it this year or last year?
It was last year.
Last year? Oh wow! Not that long ago. It's just new for me.
But
Maybe
it's,
so.
but it's okay though. I went to the store to solve it
Uh-huh.
instead of doing it in a phone call.
Yeah, better that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, understood that better that way. All right, thank you, Sarah, for sharing your experience. Okay, so we're going to go to next cybersecurity threat. Cybersecurity threat. Okay. So what we have here is cybersecurity threat trees. You can see that we have human factors and natural factors. Okay, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 attacks is kind of like typical threat that always happening. So I'm just going to do just a glimpse of it. It's security threat. Okay, first we divide into two. We have human factor and we have natural factor. Okay, human factor, it can caused by internal factor, which means that it can happen by former employees and current employees, which means let's say I'm working in Berjaya companies. Okay, and I am the former employees. I used to work with Berjaya company, and then but suddenly my account have not been demolished completely. Okay, and I still remember my password. I still remember, of course, maybe I worked for 1 year. I still remember it. So that is actually a biggest threat because most of people getting attacked by the internet factor, and it can be intentionally or unintentionally. How can I say unintentionally? Because some people, they just just bring the document at night just to do work at night, and they don't know that the document is actually very very have high security. It needs to have a high security. So, and without his or her intentions, um, he or she is actually expose their company website. So that is very dangerous lah. So how can I say current employees? Okay. Current employees can be like just now I said, you bring all the document and maybe you know something in the company. Let's say you have information of the next 5 years of the company plan. So and then your rival come to you and say, hey, can you share some information and I give you some money. So maybe not money, or maybe a position and of course a good pay. So that sometimes it's happen. That's why when we let's say lah, not a normal employee, but when we have like leaders of the certain employees, certain position, we have to have garden leave. Okay, garden leave is where they have to need rest for 1 or 2 months to make sure that they don't know the current plan of their current company. So when they go to the new company, they don't bring the latest plan of them. So that's what one of the steps to make sure that the security is there. Okay, and we have external threat. Of course, we have malicious event, things that actually intentionally happen, from virus or anything, and of course hackers. We have virus, trojan, and worms, and of course we have natural factor, things that we cannot control. We have maybe tornado, tsunami, hurricane. Okay, so all that we collect cybersecurity threats. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Oops, I am stepping. So just now you see that phishing attack ataupun phishing attack. Okay, it is actually one of the social engineering branch where we actually try to go to gathering some information of someone, and then we say that maybe we try to, let's say I want to try to hack Sarah. And then I gave a link to Sarah. And then Sarah said, but I'm not doing it like freely. Of course I use my skills to make sure that Sarah click that link by just one click. And you are gone. You're gone, Sarah. And your information is with me. So this is one of the way called as phishing attack. Okay. And some people may use SMS, WhatsApp, email, anything that they can use. Okay. And second, we have malware and ransomware. It is type of software where we put the virus inside the software. Let's say I have a software named Trojan. Okay. Trojan is one of the malware virus. It's not a virus, but it's malware. And I want that Trojan damage Sarah, sorry, laptop. And yes, I can do that by just asking my Trojan virus to did the task. So every type of malware has different tasks. Of course, the worms itself, they replicate themselves and they damage it. And of course, we have long and short-term attack, and sometimes it can be cured, but sometimes it not. Okay, so of course that we have hacking. I think everyone know what is hacking. Some may know that it is an unethical act. Okay, and ethical hacking, it is there, and we call as pen tester. Okay, pen tester, where we hire someone who have the hacking skills to penetrate any company security and let them tell us what is our weakness. Okay, so this is how an ethical hacker do their job. So let's see these hacking activities.
What do you think of when I say the word hacker? Some in the basement? Well, that's a misconception. What if I told you there's a class of hackers who don't just have social skills? They have more social intelligence than anyone you'll ever meet. David Kennedy is one of them. He's what's known as a social engineer, or a people hacker. His craft is to dupe you into doing things and sharing information you probably shouldn't. Some use it for illegal activity. In David's case, companies pay him to find out if employees are leaving the company vulnerable. He and his team show us how it's done. Step 1, spoof his number so it looks like he's calling from inside the company, and then call tech support.
Oh, yeah. Hello?
Hi,
I'm wondering if you can take a look at a website I'm trying to get to for a big customer I'm working on for Monday, and I can't seem to get to the website.
Sure, website, I'll find you through.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate the help. I mean, it could be a stupid thing. I'm really sucking. So it's www.survey. That's SURY-pro.com.
Yeah, I got it. Here's what the IT guy doesn't realize. By clicking that link, he's just given David full access to his computer.
Whoa, okay, that's weird. I just did it. It's helping fine now. Awesome. I don't know what you did, man, but I really appreciate the help.
Hey, no problem. That was it?
We're on the computer right now.
You were able to take over this guy's computer with that, I would say, like, hundreds.
Okay, so you guys understand what he actually did, right? Basically, he just asked someone who in the company to click a link to actually help her. Sorry, I'm just need your help. And can you please click this link because it's not working somehow. It just happened in 2 to 5 seconds to have the information of the employees. Okay, so this is one of the way how hackers do their job. All right, so wait, I have to stop sharing. I need to show you something. Can I have Iza? Can I have Iza?
Yes, miss.
All right, can you hear me clearly? I just realized I used clearly.
Yes.
All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So actually, of course, I already get how can I say, I got permission from Iza before I hacked to her. But before that, before I show Iza informations, I already ask her information to, is it okay if I share to you guys? Is it okay, Iza? Okay, Iza.
Miss.
Actually 2 days ago, I just goes around and I found your information. So is it true that your name is Nur Iza binti Kamaruniza? Okay, full name, good. Put your name, full name in the internet. It's very easy to find you. And you are ex-MRSN Kuala Kangsar? Right, okay. And during your Form 4, in semester 2, your CGPA is, your total CGPA is 3.42. And your ID is AK150058. Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you have teacher's name Cikgu Raja Norma Izam. Betul? Okay. I'm done. So, Iza, my advice for you is please do not, please don't put your full name in internet. And sometimes not because it's a mistake. Sometimes it's because of other people who actually unintentionally leak her data to internet. So how can I say, when you give information to someone or anyone you know, make sure that you know where it goes. Okay? You know which part of information that you share, so that you know, I share the information to Iza, just 3 information: my name, my age, and my company. Just 3. Other than that, maybe other people, yes. So I can know what's actually happening, who is behind and who is leaking my data. So yeah, basically. How Iza? Are you okay? Okay.
Takut.
Tak ada apalah. Sebaik saya minta izin dulu. Kalau tak saya dah boleh pergi jauh dah. Boleh pergi jauh lagi tak? Gurau. Tak ada. Kan tak jadi pula ni. Talk ni. Okay, so jom. Let's go to the next topic. So we have cybersecurity threat. And of course, just now Sarah shared that she just got scammed. Someone called her, and of course, this is always happened to us. And always happen to someone maybe that don't have a good knowledge in IT, like our parents or our grandpa, grandma. Of course, they just accept it. They just, oh yeah, I maybe did that, and they share their data. So make sure you maybe share a little bit of awareness to them, because who knows, maybe someday you save them. Okay. So lastly, we have environmental threat. Of course, this is something that you really can't control, but it happens. Let's say when we have banjir kilat or anything, and we have our server in our office, and our office in the right basement. So of course, in cybersecurity, we have to measure all the risk management, how we are going to make sure that all the data is lost, how we are going to make sure that all data is safe. So this recovery effort have to be implemented, right? So
Pardon me, Miss Diana.
yes,
Can you please share your screen?
Subhanallah, Ya Rahman.
It's okay, it's okay.
It's okay. So not saya bercakap ni. Okay. Kejap. Alright. Itulah seronok sangat nak hack orang. Dalam diri sendiri. Alright, so just now I just told you guys, this is just the slide. Basically, it is environmental threat, so it's actually happening. So make sure, betul lah, if you have anything very, very important to you, like your laptop, your sijil, your surat beranak, make sure that you have it in very good way, in proper way. Please keep it. Sometimes, we have cases like people try to steal your information when this flood happening. People just come to your house and took everything like credit card. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some of us like to simpan emas, simpan duit dalam emas semua tu. So make sure, please have sense to keep it in very good and proper way. Okay. So yeah. Third, we have the actor and their motive. So we already know the cybersecurity and the threat, and right now I'm going to show you who is the actor other than hacker itself. Okay, so let's go. And of course, we have the hacker itself. Those hacker could be paid or not. For example, by a private organization, they could pay a group of hackers to hack a company, maybe to extract the client informations, the database, or anything. Okay, and actually, it's happening. It's always happening. So that's why in any company we have cybersecurity department. Let's say, and especially in telecommunication company, during my time in Celcom, we always have training. We always have the department who concerned about this attack. Okay, so second we have internal user. Just now I say that this could be something that is performed intentionally or not, and of course, you shouldn't use confidential document outside your work. Sometimes that's why during my second year, I don't have any paper on my table. I only have my laptop. Okay. And yes, my work is all about digital. I did all the tests and everything, and not a single paper on my desk. And of course, bila balik rumah, we only open it in VPN. VPN means like I only connected my Wi-Fi, my laptop, my company laptop to my company Wi-Fi and server, so that I can just do work safely lah. Okay, so because we don't want anything happen like internal users by intention or not, they are the biggest factor of this threat. Okay, so third we have hacktivism. It's similar to like hacker, but they actually being how do I say, similar to hacker, but they having hacktivism. Normally nobody pay because they just do it because maybe for fun, or maybe just to show that they can do that. Okay, let's say I can give you example like Singapore Hack. Okay, Singapore Hack, that group of activists perform on the government website because their Singapore government are implementing new compliance and new regulation into their internet. So this is a quick example what is activism. Okay, basically like volunteerism, but in activism, like they but in sometimes in good way, sometimes in bad way. Okay, and third we have of course government. Just now our friends that one of the actors, sensitive ni takut. We have government. They have the power, and of course they have very large financial. And every each of country have their own motive. They just want to spy each other country. Like, hey guys, hi Indonesia, what you doing? So, but they don't want to seem obvious. So they pay anyone who have the skills to be their spy. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And the motivation factor. Okay, just now I say that some are just for play, just to show their capabilities, and some to get money. Excuse me. And some have political action movement like Singaporean attack. They did because they want to show there's something wrong in the system. And sometimes in bad way they just did because they mad. Okay? And sometimes they did because to making sure that there is pembelaan, like it's happened last year. Our Malaysian hackers had like this Israel hacker. I mean Israel cybersecurity team. And Alhamdulillah, okay, I don't want to say Alhamdulillah or good, of course Alhamdulillah good, because Malaysia showed that we actually have the capability to penetrate their cybersecurity, and their security is actually quite weak. Okay, and if you notice, DevOps, if I'm not mistaken, Malaysia also have the hacktivism where they want to make sure that our government increase the security of our cybersecurity. So what they did is they sent some videos, if you're familiar, videos of anonymous saying that please increase, of if not, they will leak and they will do something. So sometimes they just do that because they just want to, give some urge. But sometimes they just do it because, to make sure that our government realize that they actually there. They are just watching. Okay. And last but not least, of course, hire me because they did sometimes. There's people like freelance hacker. They try to hack a company or someone maybe who have the power to hire people and say that, hey, I can do this. And your company have a weak hole, lot of hole. So if you hire me, and I can cover the hole and I can give security. So that is one of the motivation factor. Okay. And of course, we go to the major type of attack. Since 2011, we have Sorry attack, PlayStation hacked by Lutz. Lutz is one of the hackers. And of course, Sorry hacked the PlayStations. You know the PlayStation, right? I think boys like, and girls too. Why not girls, right? Okay, sorry. So they use the credit card and account PlayStation network. In simple word, there are a lot of hackers send attack into website, and they hack the Sony's because there's a lot of, how can I say, accounts and profit there. Okay, and in 2013 we have Singapore cyber attack by Anonymous, and because of course just now I just told you guys it is because they just protest for some policies and some laws. So this is actually pretty important because right now people are just doing things in policies, but they have less awareness that this is actually not good. So Singapore attack is one of, actually for me, is a very good way to making sure that menyedarkan mereka gitu. Okay, so in 2014 we have multiple hack. They had leak in eBay, Home Depot, and 2015 we have Target. You know Target, like it's kind of like Tesco, but in US, I think. Okay, and then we have a year of hacks back 2016 and more. We have CNN, FB, Netflix, Twitter. I think for all of you who are in this generation, you're aware of this attack actually happening. And the one who are in the top, of course, the CEO, will have to have the answer for all of why of this thing happened. Okay, so moving on to the attack. So let's see if wait. So in cybersecurity, like you see here, attack, it doesn't not matter if the attack succeed or not. If it's still considered as attack, even if it is failed. You understand that? Even if it is failed, it's still an attack. It's still considered as an act of breach. Okay, so let's see this.
Around the world, 2050, smart cities and homes will be the norm. Your fridge will tell a drone to pick up fresh milk when you run out, and lampposts will change the intensity of streetlights on smartphones, and therefore humans are near. In this hyper-connected world, cyber pose will own the road. In the home, smart devices, including voice systems, vacuum cleaners, toilets, will be easy pickings for hackers. While these poorly secured gadgets do not store sensitive data themselves, they link to others that do, and are vulnerable access points for criminals. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence is a double-edged sword. While AI systems can help to identify incoming threats, attackers can also use them to unearth vulnerabilities. In future, foreign powers or cyber criminals could cripple a country's electricity network by taking over the AI that controls them, or they could cut off the supply, or even cause traffic chaos on the roads. AI can also help identity politics by generating deepfakes. These digital doppelgangers are currently a novelty. The techniques used to create them are rapid.
Oops, there's something not good here. Okay, let's skip. Okay, good.
They're used for cover for weakling key details, such as passwords or bank details, out of targets. But the struggle to keep systems secure is not hopeless. By 2050, much poorly written and outdated code will be removed and replaced by more secure alternatives. Even passwords will be phased out, obsolete, less secure than facial recognition software. Deepfakes can be beaten by constant verification systems that track eye movement, faces, and keystrokes to ensure the person behind the keyboard is who they claim to be. But that risks putting cybersecurity over privacy. Policymakers and designers must work hard to ensure that this does not become a binary choice.
All right. Okay, before we go to the next, I think I have activity here, is it? Oh no. So we're going to go to threat protection, how to protect system against malware and cyber attack. We have already know what is malware and what of cyber attack is. So let's go how to protect ourselves. Okay. So can you guys tell me how so far how you guys protect yourself? Can you give me some, I don't know, maybe tell me how you guys do it? Anyone? Anyone in this want to answer me? How you guys protect yourself?
I don't think I don't think I do anything to protect myself.
Anything? Maybe so far no lah.
Maybe try using different passwords for different accounts.
I see. Okay. So thank you. Siapa nama tadi?
Akila.
Akila. Thank you, Akila. Right.
No problem.
So we are going to go deeper. How to protect ourselves. Okay. And of course, before we go more further, the pillar of security risk management is 3: assess, reduce, and manage. First, we have to assess what we have. I mean, like in layman, what I can say, let's say me, what I have is I have laptop and I have phones. So how can I know that this actually can be my hole and my weakness too? After assess, I have to know which is my assets, because even a single data or data could be my asset, okay? And people can just use it for anything that they want. And after it, and I have to know how to reduce and determine how to manage the risk, okay? When you know how to manage the risk, you know that what is the protection that you need, okay? And it comes to manage, like you have to manage the risk for the next future. Let's say I have phones and I think my phone is antivirus and maybe cover my camera. so that in future it doesn't happen. And of course, I have to maintain my antivirus for the next years. So that is one of the pillars of management. Okay. And how do we protect against threat? Okay. We have two I can say things that we focus. We have technical control and administrative control. And we have three in technical control. We have AV. AV is antivirus, of course. Please, if you have some money, please use it for buy antivirus. And for me, the cheapest antivirus you can get is Avast. And you buy it for 10 devices, and you buy it for your mom. And it's for 86 ringgit sebulan, setahun. So you do it for 10 devices and you share with maybe your friends. It's actually more cheaper than Netflix. Okay. So what is IPS? Okay. IPS is what we call inter-operation system and internal detection system and unified threat. Okay. So we have to control all these mechanism and those systems that can look and interesting process. Okay. So of course, in technical control, we have to make sure we update our software. Okay, I know that maybe someone who use iPhones, you guys don't update it because it took a lot of space, but actually you have to update it. Also comes to Samsung or any phones. If you have update, please keep update. Why? Because that is why it's actually there. It updates your security, it updates your software. So update your phone, okay? And then we have administrative control. Of course, in administrative control, we have someone who I can say in the department itself, because cybersecurity department who are going to implement some policies, let's say, policies such as we cannot share any documents in outsiders' email. We just have to use the company emails, okay? Or maybe policies like we cannot print anything unless only in the office itself. So maybe when it comes to career, you will encounter more policies. Right now, maybe in students, you will encounter with maybe your campus will need to have the policies to make sure that they doesn't leak your data. And then second, we have training. Of course, I just said just now, I have training with my Circom time. I need to go for 2 to 3 training just to make sure that I understand. I cannot click the link. Imagine that how it's just a simple act that they actually spend it to all of the employees. Make sure that they took the exams and they took the training. So that is one of the things that we have to do. And to yourself itself, maybe you can go to watching videos of cybersecurity awareness, or maybe you can educate yourself to know what is actually happening in digital world. Okay, and of course, revision and tracking. We have the department itself that actually track what is actually happening in the system itself. Okay, so because we don't want to, like I say, you have to know what you share and where it goes. So this is what revision and tracking all about. Okay. So how do we protect against threat? Like I said just now, we have to keep the software and operating system updated and use antivirus software. Second, use strong password. I think a lot of people have less awareness to use password, but it's okay. I will go more deeper. I'm going to teach you how to do password, okay? And then never open attachment in any spam email and click any link. Because in classic way, people always get attacked in malware attack, okay? Of course, they use email, they use SMS, they use call just to make sure they have all information. And do not give out the information unless you know who and it is a secure organization. Okay, let's say maybe it is actually a call from telecommunications, the bank itself. Okay, if you're sure, just did what Sarah did. She go to the store itself and confirm it. Okay, this is actually a good way. Okay, and then be mindful of which website URLs you visit. Okay, tips is this is not a major tips. It can be good so that you have that this knowledge. Okay, and you in any website, make sure that you use HTTPS. Okay, do not use HTTP. It's a sign that the website doesn't have security certificate. Okay, yeah. So and then we have of course you have to keep an eye on your bank statement. I always say that every month. I think when if something fishy or anything, I will just call and ask them why and when this is happening. And yeah, it's actually happening because who know? We just do best to protect ourselves. Okay. So go to the our activity. Do you have a secure password? Okay, so I would like to give you some activities. Okay, I know. Okay lah. Maybe you can take any paper or your phone. Take out your phone and your papers.